Alright, let me set the record straight. I ain't no scaredy cat. Grew up in the trenches. Seen things that'll turn most dudes' hair gray before they hit 20. But what I went through? Nah, man. It's a different kind of fear. The type that sticks to your ribs, you feel me? So my boy Trey hits me up one night like, "Yo, D, you heard about that house down on Johnson Street? The old one with the boarded windows?" I knew what he was talking about. Everybody in the hood knew about the Johnson crib. It's been abandoned for years, but not the regular kind of abandoned. Nah, people who go in there don't come out the same, if they come out at all. But Trey, this man is reckless. Says there's some YouTuber paying folks $500 to get footage inside, just record for 20 minutes and dip. Easy bread, right? Now me, I ain't stupid, but $500 is rent money, and rent money don't grow on trees. So I'm like, bet, let's do it. We roll up around 11 p.m. Prime spooky hour, of course. Trey's got this old camcorder he borrowed from his cousin, and I brought a flashlight that was barely holding a charge. Real professional ghost hunter vibes. The Johnson crib looks worse up close. Peeling paint, broken windows, and this front yard full of weeds taller than me. The whole vibe was off, like the house was watching us. We hit the porch, and I swear, on my mama, the second Trey touched the door handle, it swung open. Ain't no wind, ain't no explanation. Trey laughs it off like, "Ayo, that's just the house trying to be dramatic." I wasn't laughing. Inside, it smelled like wet dog and rotten eggs. Floors creaked with every step, and the walls were covered in what looked like old, dried-up blood. Trey's all hyped, talking about, "Yo, this gonna make us famous," while I'm trying to figure out why the air feels heavy, like something pressing down on my chest. So we walk through the living room first. Everything's covered in dust, but there's these footprints in it. Barefoot, like somebody's been pacing. Trey's all, "Yo, let's follow them." And I'm like, "Bro, you wild for this." The footprints lead to a door in the kitchen. You already know where this is going. Basement. Trey opens it and this wave of cold air hits us. The stairs are janky as hell, like they're barely holding together, but Trey's already halfway down before I can stop him. The basement? Man, it was wrong. The walls were covered in scratches, deep ones, like someone or something was trying to claw its way out. There were candles everywhere, melted down to nubs, and in the middle of the room, a circle drawn in something dark. Trey's dumb self is like, "Yo, is that blood? Bro, why are you excited?" Then we hear it, faint whispers, like 100 people talking at once, but we couldn't make out a single word. Trey's like, "Nah, this is wild," and starts filming. I'm just trying to keep my cool, but every instinct in me is screaming, "Get out!" As Trey's filming, I see something in the corner of my eye. A shadow. But not like a normal one. This thing was thick, almost solid, and it moved against the light. I'm like, "Trey, we gotta bounce." But he's too busy narrating. "Yo, what up, YouTube? We out here in the haunted Johnson crib." Then the shadow moved again, this time across the room. Trey saw it too, and his smile dropped. "Yo, what was that?" he whispered. Then it got worse. The whispers turned into growls, deep, guttural, like a lion's roar, but quieter, more sinister. The air got so cold, I could see my breath, and the shadows, they started coming together, swirling into this one spot near the circle on the floor. And then, bro, it stood up. This thing was tall, taller than any human. Its body looked like pure darkness, but its eyes, blood red, glowing. It didn't walk, it glided toward us. Trey dropped the camera and bolted, screaming, "Run!" I didn't need to be told twice. We hit the stairs, but they weren't normal anymore. It was like the house stretched them out, making them longer. No matter how fast we climbed, the top seemed further away. And behind us, that growling turned into laughter, deep, echoing laughter that shook the walls. Finally, we burst out into the kitchen, but the house wasn't letting us go. Doors slammed shut, one after another. The windows blacked out, like the night itself was trapping us inside. Trey started acting weird. He was panting, clutching his chest and mumbling stuff I couldn't understand. Then he froze, just stood there, staring at me, his eyes wide open, but empty. "Trey," I said, shaking him. He snapped his head toward me so fast I swear I heard his neck crack. Then he smiled, but it wasn't his smile. His voice came out low, layered, like more than one person was talking through him. "You shouldn't have come here." Bro, I lost it. I grabbed the camera off the floor, hoping it caught all this, and ran for the front door. This time it opened, but only after I heard a voice whisper in my ear, "You're next." I hit the sidewalk, breathing like I just ran a marathon. "Trey?" He didn't come out. I waited for hours, but the house stayed silent. Cops wouldn't do nothing. They said he probably just dipped. But here's the kicker. I watched the footage the next day. It was fine at first, just Trey acting goofy. But then, when that shadow showed up, the screen glitched. And the audio? It wasn't whispers or growls. It was my voice saying, "You're next." Ever since that night, I ain't been the same. Lights flicker when I'm around. Shadows in my room don't stay still. And sometimes, late at night, I hear Trey's voice. He's laughing.